No matter what the girl would do, no matter how hard she may try, the Bronster just would not fucking die. The thing that used to be her boyfriend came back for one last bite at the apple. Becky knew he'd always been an ass man, but this is ridiculous. Becky didn't think, she just did. And what she did was glorious. The first hit didn't do much. Henry'd always had a hard head, but then she got her back into it, and...
Thank you, Mr. Denbrough. That'll be all.
But sir, I'm not
Remember to
finished.
bring your stories up front to be graded. I'll see you tomorrow. Mr. Denbrough, can I help you?
You didn't cut off anyone else's story. You commented on everyone else's, but nothing for me. Why?
You want honesty?
Yeah?
Writing is not about monsters, Mr. Denbrough. No, writing is about making your reader feel something. Something beyond the pulp titillations and gorific mutilations you seem to find so endearing. I think you're a poor writer, Mr. Denbrough, and until the day that your writing elicits something in me besides nausea, that opinion is my honest one. Now, if you don't mind,
Our synchronicity became simpatico as only friends could be. And from that day on, all was well with my vagina and me.
that was beautiful, Serena.
Sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
Mr. Denbrough.
I have a new story, sir.
I'm sorry, we were just about to... How about Mr. Denbrough? Let's hear it. Does this new masterpiece have a name?
It's called Notes from a Ghost. The aforementioned ghost was heard but not seen. His presence known but questioned all the same. To the point where the boy at times would almost question whether the ghost was ever there at all. If it weren't for the notes, that is. The notes were a daily affair. The same phrase in the same way every day. 5 words. No more, no less. At times, the ghost would disappear. The boy could hear him, but would never dare enter. whatever was behind that door was not for him to see. At night, the ghost would rage, his cries echoing through the house for a love long lost. It was in these moments the boy would hope beyond hope that one day the ghost might leave and never come back. And this was life for the boy and the ghost. And though the notes were constant, the boy craved the words the ghost apparently could not say. Then, one night, the ghost made his presence known. The boy pretended to be asleep, praying that the ghost would just go away. The ghost stayed put for a long, long time. It was as if there was something he wanted to say. But the boy kept his eyes shut, and after a time, the ghost left him be. When the boy awoke, there was something wrong. The room felt hollow, a shell without a soul. It had felt like a tomb. And in that moment, the boy knew he'd finally gotten his wish. The ghost was gone. As life changed, the boy could not forget about the ghost. About the night the ghost came to his room. About the words left unsaid. And these thoughts might have vacated entirely if not for... The boy thought it was a joke, until he looked down and saw it. The paper was the same. So was the ink. And there they were. The same words in the same way. The boy offered himself the thought that this was coincidence. But as it just so happened, the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that, until finally the boy's anger reached its peak. The letters proved the ghost had not gone away for good, but that he had left the boy behind. And the boy wanted to know why. It was as if the man had expected him. The boy asked where the ghost had gone, why the ghost had abandoned him. The man didn't answer. Instead, he ushered the boy inside. And what the boy saw was beyond anything he could have imagined. The man explained, but he needn't have. The boy understood. The ghost was gone, but had not abandoned him. He had left a piece of himself behind for the boy to find. Then the boy knew, in that moment, with youth in his eyes and lead in his heart, that the notes would carry him through the rest of his life. So that when he left this world, when he saw the ghost again, he could say that he had done as asked. That he had been true, that he had been brave, and that he had stood. God damn it, he had absolutely stood. And the ghost would smile in a way that would make the boy's heart soar and say, I know. You're all I could have ever asked for in a son. And that's all the boy ever wanted. No more. No less.